Welcome. This film documents an event that has never taken place. Man's first ever encounter with intelligent life from space. No alien has ever been observed, and as far as we know, no alien has ever observed us. An alien spacecraft has never landed on Earth. But the experts and institutions dealing with this unprecedented event are all real. Our scenario begins with the arrival. Your arrival. Welcome to our planet.
The documentary cinema is an art form which needs to keep a place for the subjectivity and a place for capture the real. It will be a mix between the reportage and the fiction, and The Visit, an alien encounter, is an excellent example of that. This mockumentary is based on the concept of the simulation of an event which never happened, but with real research and searcher. We can call it an anticipatory documentary. It's a clever mix of a reality and speculation which mediates the documentary on one of the most important questions about the documentary cinema, the truth. Thereby, we are going to see how the style and so the aesthetic choice of the director can influence the question of truth. We observed very fast that all the documentary is a hyper-stylized work and is construed as a fictional movie, a science-fictional work with a mise-en-scène, the slow motion, the fast motion, and the sound design which refer to this genre. Everything here is built for go out of the habitual form of the documentary. After all, it's about a possible event and so it's a simulation. It's about imitating a dispositif. We are in the anticipatory, the imagination, and so a scenario. We notice that here there is a huge work on the image. However, I would like to talk about an element which seems very important and which is usually forget in the style analysis. This is the ratio. Here we are in the CinemaScope ratio. It's a ratio more used for the fiction because the panoramic format is used for impress the spectator by subjecting it to a frame which exceeds it in the action movie or in dealing with a subject more broadly. More than an artificial idea, the ratio is a choice of the director and so it's a part of the visual style. It's here for a reason. In this documentary, we see a lot of long shots and the panoramic format, more than make us think to the American blockbuster which treats the alien invasion like Independence Day, which have a 2:39:1 ratio, or Super 8 by J.J. Abrams, which is in a 2:35:1 ratio. It's here for the film population with a broad point of view, a global point of view. It means us. Therefore, this ratio shows the artificiality and so takes us out of this usual associated status of the truth that is always related to the documentary. Due to this ratio, the director identifies his work as something that refers to the imagination of the spectator and so the catastrophe movies which are usually in panoramic construction. Moreover, the CinemaScope used in the interview gives an interesting effect. When two people spoke between us, the frame is complete because this format is made for the width construction and not for the eye, as the director understands by making lateral complex camera motion. However, when it's about a fixed plane with one person, this has another effect. In fact, it's a format built on the length. have just one social actor is going to create a big void on the side, and it's emphasized by the use of a medium close shot. We can see the want to create a gap between us and the specialist. This gap is creating for remove us from the subject. It's a possible discourse and not the truth. And so the fact to film like this permits to the spectator to better understand with a global point of view what is said and so with inside. Another effect is that it's going to lose the social actor in the setting and even can underline the distortion of reality of the event and questioning the truth. Furthermore, the director integrates, in addition to the slow motion shots which are present in nearly all the scenes where we don't see someone to talk, shots with a black background, hyper-stylized and metaphoric. They are in relation to what it said and also which continue in the way of an experimental movie which make us go out and take us one step of this sensation of truth and reality for bring us to the dream and the fabula. After all, the voiceover in the beginning warns us. It's an event that never taken place, and the word scenario is pronounced. And so the director can play with our imagination and our pop culture in the sci-fi field. I show this reference of 2001: A Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick. In the visit, it looks like to a game between the truth and the artificial. In this part of truth, if we can call it like that because in our case there is not really truth and fake, it's given by the social actor which are specialists in the sociology, science, law, theology. When the visual has the function to represent visually what it said with a hyper-stylized style, this documentary is built in the way that the sound is related to the truth, at least to the reality. In this documentary, the social actor asks questions to the alien by looking directly in the lens of the camera.
Where have you been before?
What makes you happy?
Do you know what is good and what is evil?
Here, the camera is the alien, and when they talk and watch directly to the lens, it's like they speak directly to us. And it's maybe this work that can be related to the truth. In fact, we are a part of this experimentation. We are the test subject of these questions when they break the fourth wall. Whereas we and the alien cannot answer to the question because we are not physically present. The truth here is not the encounter of the alien. What is true is a question process. This scene can be true in another reality, but on the other hand, it's not a fake and be here, like an alien, permit to make this distinction. In spite of this huge post-production and construction work, the director never hides us that it's a simulation. That it's the imagination of his specialists which talk, and this is more shown in the discovery of the inside spaceship.
But not that I can see, not that I can detect.
There is a talkie-walkie voice effect and some visual shot of the inside of the spaceship, described vocally by the social actor. Whereas, the director in the scene shows us the social actor sit with closed eyes and with his true voice. It's a comeback to the reality and so breaks this idea of truth of what we saw.
And yes, once again,
What is shown is not the truth. There is no truth here. This is a mix between reality and fiction, and this is not hiding to the spectator. We can notice the same effect produced in a different way with this interview with an intervention of the image. There is a constant reminder that even if the people are real, they say just something possible, but it's not the truth. It's a possibility. The style of this documentary questions the truth and even sometimes it deactivates this idea of truth. From the beginning of the documentary, we know it. is not the true what we are going to see, but something possible approached by real specialists. It's a scenario not based on a real fact, but on a possible fact. The visit is constructed in the way that the spectator reconstructs the real by himself, and even keeps the gate open to the imagination to the spectator by hiding the alien and the exterior spaceship, and this is probably what is making the beauty of this documentary.